My name is Henrique, I'm 17 years old. I'm from Brazil, Botucatu. I started my high school program in the last year. I used to learn English like a second language, but now I can learn English like a native person of United States. The most difficult part to me was to learn literature. You need to dedicate a lot of time to this, but it will help you a lot with the English. I made high school program because it helped me to know about the US culture and improve my curriculum.
My name is Enzo, I'm 16 years old. I've started high school program in 2020. It has not only made me know more about English literature, US history, economics and politics, but it developed my critical sense and my my general knowledge of world. The most significant challenges that an international student may face are time managing and fulfilling more responsibilities than any other student. My advice for new students are always manage your time, dedicate yourself even if you're tired, and always keep in mind that every effort you make will be rewarded. It will help me to study in other countries, even if not for college, and it will put me on top students, just like an American student.
Hello, my name is Ikaru. I'm 16 and I started my high school program in 2021. This program has enriched a lot my knowledge of the world because I've had a lot of contact with foreign books and texts, foreign literature, other viewpoints, content in general, and new ways of thinking. Know how to deal with your time, so create a routine, a chronogram, take some hours a week, every single week, a fixed hour to exclusively to do the high school activities so you won't be late and you won't be overloaded. I think the biggest challenge I've had is time management because usually the schedules in Brazil and in the high school are not synchronized. So it's kind of hard to keep up with the pace of your normal activities and your high school activities. Besides the knowledge that you'll get, which is I think the most obvious thing, it can also help you when you want to enter a new university or another course, either in Brazil or in another country, because it is great in both cases, as well as to be more organized, because during the period of the program you'll be learning by yourself how to deal with due dates. And
my name is Matheus Bento. I am 15 years old. I started the high school program in February of 2022. This high school program helped me to improve my skills on interpreting texts and also learning how to describe a character in a story, its characteristics and feelings on how the conflict is affecting the entire story. The hardest challenge on the high school program is that I struggle to keep my activities on day because in my particular case, my school is really hard and I spend a lot of time in school, very busy on it. An advice I give to a newcomer is that you should consider the high school program as a second school, because if you start off as just thinking of it as a side responsibility, it's just going to fall all over. You're gonna be late in activities and struggle at later points of the program. Something I benefit from this program is that when I finish, there's possibilities of me going to North America or, well, in better words, there are more possibilities you can do on your future, and more jobs, a better lifestyle, everything.
My name is Lucas and I am 15 years and I started 2022. It helped me to learn more about the countries and American culture. My biggest challenge is practice to how to speak with American people. My advice to you is to do frequently your homework. It benefits me to be a global citizen and know more about American country.
My name is Laura, I'm 16 years old. I started high school last year. I'm from Botucatu, Brazil. This program opened my eyes for history, another point of view of economies, of politics that I didn't saw before I started the program. I really enjoyed the history subject because I didn't saw the view of United States from the wars and from the parties, how it all started. And for me it was pretty good. I started to understand better English, history in school. But when I start to organize my time and the way I do the program, it all became better and I started to have time for all that I want to do. And yeah, the biggest challenge was face school, the subject of school, the test, with the TSTs and what we were learning at high school. The advice that I should give you is start a routine, have a time for you every week to do the program. Don't let the activities to accumulate itself, do it. When you're done, it's all gonna be better. It can open for you to see if you want to study in another countries, if you want to travel more, it helps. The English make a big difference. How to communicate, the conversation, it's really changed because you listen a lot and you understand better the pronunciation, and it's pretty good for curriculum.
CV or curriculum.
And from if you want to go to college outside the country, it's an amazing opportunity.
Great.
Hi, my name is Julia. I'm from Brazil and I am now about a year doing high school program, and it is doing very great, I think, and it's increased my knowledge about American history a lot, and I think I could see the big picture of the world in a easily way. The biggest challenge I faced was to deal with my time. I need to put in a balance my fun time, my school time, and my high school time. If you were a new student, I would say to you, you need to do your activities in the due date so you don't get lost or something. So I would love to do college in the United States, so I think the high school program has helped me a lot on this way.
Hi, my name is Leticia. I'm 16 and I'm from Botucatu, a town in Brazil. I started high school around a year ago, if I'm right. It doesn't make a year yet, but alright. I started high school because I wanted to have a better view of the world and I want to have a different view. We in Brazil are presented to a simplified version of what happened in the world. And I wanted the American, what Americans see in their country and in the hemisphere they're practically in control. So yeah. The biggest challenge I faced was to organize my life as an international student, as a high school student, and as a high school student in Brazil, because our school system it's not good, it's not perfect, but it takes a lot from us. So the biggest challenge I faced was to combine these two studies and to have time for all my activities. So an advice I have for newcomers is to build a routine. It helped me a lot in my first semester, And unfortunately, because of a lot of events in my personal life, I couldn't keep that routine in the second part of this year, and that brought a lot of difficulties to me. So newcomer, if you want to do this, and I highly recommend it, have a routine. Take your time, take, I don't know, an hour or an hour and a half per day, and do the high school, do the study. It will help you a lot. The biggest benefit I felt in these few months I actually did it was that I began to understand better what's happening around me. I don't have anymore the constructed Brazilian view of the things, and I know how other people see it. So it helped me a lot to understand everything, from international politics to math studies and my fourth period. So it brought me a view that very few people have, and I believe that this view can help me to come a lot wider than most people would, and I hope I can go international with it.
Hi, my name is Duda Mariduarda. I'm 15 years old and I started the high school program in 2021. I got to know more about literature, more about the US history, and now I see the history with other eyes, like, how can I say it? I know more about than I would know, like, just reading it, and that's it. The most difficult thing, I think, is to do the activities on time and to remember of everything, to do the quiz and things like that. My advice is don't leave the activities for later, like do it on time, and or else you lose your vacation. And I can benefit from this program by having more opportunities to work and to study abroad, and I could improve my English, and that's it.
My name is Beatrice. I'm 16 years old and I started the high school program in 2020. I think the biggest challenge is the language barrier. My mother language is not English. I still speak fluent English, but there is still some kind of barrier. I think the biggest challenge is the time management and having to do things until the due date. It's hard to do high school in Brazil and the USA both at the same time and still go and still have really good grades while doing it. I think my most important advice would be careful with your time. Know how to manage your time and when to do your homework, when to do your essays and things like that. I think this program definitely opens the doors for our future, like university, jobs application. I can get into an American or even a British university easier than most international students.
My name is Kawan and I am 16 years old and I have started the program in 2020. I learned things that I can use in school and in my everyday life. I had to spend a lot of time studying instead of doing other things. My advice to a newcomer is to learn how to manage their time, because it's a really tough journey you have to go through, but in the end it's all worth. And I think I benefit from this program by getting better opportunities here in my country and in others too.
I'm Elena, I have 13 years old and I have started a middle school program in 2021. I think middle school have taught me a lot of history of United States, science and math, the subjects that I learned. I think the most hard challenge that I face is history of United States, because I just know history of my country, and knowing about a different country, it's very nice, but it's pretty hard too. And my advice for all the starters of middle school is always keep track of whatever you're doing and keep your homeworks in the right time and the right period. I think my English has improved a lot and is going to improve more, and knowing a lot of different subjects in another language that isn't my normal language that I speak every day is helping me a lot of things, and I can get a lot of new chances in the world.
My name is Beatriz Pila Mendonça. I'm 17 and I started my high school program in the middle of 2021. This program enriched my knowledge of the world a lot, and I feel like I'm much prepared for the challenge that I will face in my life. The most significant challenge that I felt like an international student is the language and taking longer to understand than a native. One advice I will give to a newcomer student is to follow the schedule and to do their best on every lesson. In my opinion, the benefits of the program are a super complete curriculum, a more complete qualification information.
Hello, my name is Luca. I'm 17 years old and I started the program at 2021. I think that this program enriched my knowledge for sure. I think that the most significant challenge are the activities proposed and the essays. If you are a newcomer student, try hard and everything will be fine. I think that the benefits of this program are learning more about English language and investing in my future.
Hello, my name is Juliana. I am 18 years old and I have started the program in 2020. The program has enriched my knowledge by introducing me to the base of literature and the culture in general, and even in economics how to deal with my own money. So my most significant challenges was probably dealing with managing with the time, because I had to deal with my high school in Brazil and my international high school, and also my social life, so managing with the time was sort of difficult. So my advice to the newcomers is try to manage the time and try to get as much as you can from the lessons. I benefit from the program by learning how to deal with my daily routine, and now I feel like I'm more prepared to be a global citizen.
Hello, my name is Fernando Rigitalvaro. I'm 17 years old. I started the high school program in 2020. When I first started the program, my English used to be broken language, and with the literature and history classes and also the AP, I started to use the language like a fluent speaker or a native speaker. The most difficult part that I faced in the program was the discipline and time management, because for study the subjects you have to organize your time to do it, and it's not a teacher behind your actions, you have to do by yourself. What an advice that I would give to someone that's starting is to prepare yourself mentally and physically. Then you have to organize your subjects along the time in the week, in the month, because it's more practicing to you study, because you have to have discipline, like I said before. In my case, there's a lot of subjects that is not studied in my country, like economics and politics and American literature. And it's perfect for my CV and to have new opportunities, because this opened a lot of doors, mainly for other countries.